handful of kids from Maryland will show off their boxing skills at a national tournament in Kansas City. They're aiming to become some of the best young boxers in the country. Many have come from rough backgrounds and neighborhoods, but a local gym has given them boxing skills as well as hope. Here's Marius Payton.
Chris Ward, 132 pounds.
Dominic Wade, 165 pounds.
Drew Mazzo, 80 pounds.
The kids are more than just a name and a weight class at Old School Boxing. It's a place where the aroma of dusty speed bags and sweat always fill the air.
There you go.
And it's here where these inner city kids are learning to box.
There's some of them that if they can't get here, they cry. They want to come so bad. The phone rings off the hook. Hey, is there anybody who could please come pick me up? It might be rush hour. And you got to go back in town in Southeast D.C. to pick them up. And there's a couple coaches that do go pick them up.
Old School also features some of the best coaches around.
That's what I need.
Like Adrian Davis, who has trained his share of big-time fighters.
Coming down with the jam.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Hassan Rotman, William Joppy, Shamir Mitchell, Keith Holmes, Johnny Tapia, Robert Daniels, Shannon Briggs.
Besides boxing, being in the gym keeps these kids off the streets. A lot of these guys come from very low-income families and can't even afford the dues, yet they are welcomed here every night with open arms.
We've had some mothers that come in and they're in tears. They say they don't know what else to do with them.
Brenda Davis has been a part of boxing for 35 years. She is the first female amateur boxing official, and she sees firsthand how hard it is for these kids growing up.
Back then, you didn't really have a lot of gunplay robberies as many as you have today. I mean, there are people off the hook today. They got bullies. People pick on the kids at school. You know, they take stuff from them and everything. And it wasn't that bad back then. But today, it's really important. And that's why we kind of stress and, take all the kids in that we can. Work with them.
The gym has become a haven to many kids who have problems at home.
There's some kids in here, his mom has been killed, and now someone else adopted him. There's a few kids in here that one parent is in a rehab, the other one's in jail, and they're in a foster home. There's a couple local group homes, and the kids are in here. You got a few over here now that are adopted. And they all came from the street.
If you weren't here, what do you think you'd be doing?
Probably getting in a lot of trouble, not doing very well in school, and it most likely getting me caught up with bad people.
11-year-old Dusty Harrison deals with bad influences every day.
A lot of them, they pull out guns, on people, and then they steal stuff, and, cars and everything, and break into places a lot, too.
So night after night, the place is packed. Punches are thrown, and young minds are being molded. And it's this small warehouse boxing gym that gives these kids dreams of a brighter future. But most of all, hope.
When you tell them they can box and then they win the little trophies, I mean, you don't care if the trophy's like that. They won something. Then they go ahead and get into the tournaments. And I got a golden glove. It's just if you keep that in them and then steer that in them, and then they see the kids that are bigger than them winning more, getting in the big tournaments, being on TV, going in the Olympics, that gives them something to strive for other than standing on the corner.
Dusty Harrison, future champ of the world.
Marius Payton, Comcast Sportsnet.
Wow, you hear that one kid talking about people he knows, friends of his, pulling out guns.
Yep.
And it makes you realize, initially you might not want these kids fighting, but if you consider the alternative, what a wonderful place for those kids to go and congregate and set goals.
Kind of the debate we were having during the story is, okay, do you let your kid do that, a rough sport, but when you consider the alternatives, not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.